Hi, everybody. It's midnight once again, and welcome to Rotting Flesh Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Billy Pop, and tonight we're taking a look at a 1998 sequel, of course, to the Halloween series because we're doing that. Halloween H20 20 years later. Uh, this one was directed by Steve Miner, and we got Jamie Lee Curtis back as Carrie Tate slash Laurie Strode. We got Josh Hartnett. Everybody remembers him from the 90s. That's her son, Josh. And Chris Durard plays Michael Myers. Don't know him at all. No Dr. Loomis because Donald Pleasance is dead. What a drag. It's a direct sequel to the first two movies, so this is when the Halloween series gets kind of fucking confusing. They retcon 4, 5, and 6, so now there are three Halloween timelines. There are Halloween 1, 2, and H2O, Halloween 4, 5, and 6, and Halloween 3. So there's already three timelines, and there's 7 movies, so that's interesting. Anyway, the movie opens with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think he's playing a character named Jimmy, and it's Haddonfield, by the way. It opens in Haddonfield, and his neighbor, the smoking nurse, I believe it is, from the first two movies, her house has been broken into, so he goes in there and has this big speech when he walks in the door. He's not very intimidating at all. He's like, all right, let's not have anybody mess with me, okay, because I got a stick and I get detention and all this stuff. He's being just kind of really really cocky for somebody that's like not scary at all. Anyway, he kind of goes around and nothing happens, so he leaves. When he leaves the house, it's now dark outside. The cops still aren't there. They'd called the cops already. So the smoking nurse goes back in, gets killed. Michael's back. Michael is back. They don't really say why. He just didn't die. He never went away. I don't know. He was hiding. I don't know what happened for the last 20 years. That would be an interesting story. I wonder if somebody could make that into a movie. But I guess probably the Jamie Lloyd story. Yeah, whatever. Sure, why not? So anyways, we open to Laurie Strode slash. Her name is Carrie Tate. She's changed her image. She faked her death to get away from her brother, I guess. And even though she watched him burn to death in the second movie. Anyways, she is now taking on the persona of Carrie Tate. She runs a like school, I guess. It's like a really, really prestigious looking school for, high school kids or whatever. It's on like this really nice, whatever, it's just really nice. I don't know what to tell you. I've never seen or been to a school like that before, so it kind of looks weird to me. But she's there, and she's having a kind of an affair with the counselor there. And her son, she's been putting her trauma on her son, Josh, and he's having a hard time with it. He just wants to live his life, and she just kind of keeps him from that. So there's a school trip they're supposed to go to a place called Yosemite. I'm guessing that's where Yosemite Sam's from. But they're supposed to go there. Him and his girlfriend, the hot chick from Dawson Creek, the blonde, I don't remember her name, and his friend with the big nose, and sorry, and that guy's girlfriend. They all want to. They're all staying behind. So he's staying behind too because his mom won't let him go. But at the last minute, Laurie says, "Yeah, you can go." And he's like, "Oh shit," and right on, and that's great, woohoo. But he doesn't want to go now because none of his friends are going. So they make this like party thing in the basement, and yeah. Meanwhile, we got LL Cool J being the security guard, trying to be a writer, and he's just making. He's talking to his wife on the phone and reading her what he's written, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, big melon breasts," And it's just fucking, it's good. Like, I mean, he really is a likable character. Anyway, I don't know. I just really enjoy him in this movie. Anyway, and we get a cameo too from Janet Leigh. That's Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. She played. I forget the girl's name, but the first woman that gets killed by Norman Bates in Psycho. And it's so funny because they have this conversation between her and Jamie Lee Curtis, and it's almost like a Christmas movie for a split second. Like, she's like, "Oh, happy Halloween." Like, it's almost like somebody going, "Oh, Merry Christmas. You know, it just sounded like somewhat of a Scrooge movie or something. You can just tell she's a classic actor, and that's kind of why it sounded that way. It was really funny. The lines seemed like she was from a different era. Anyway, Lori, we've come to learn how she gets pretty drunk, at least on Halloween, so that has a lot in common with her new character of Laurie Strode in the recent movie. Hopefully, no one's seen that yet because I just ruined part of it. But anyway, Laurie takes this nasty shot, and then I thought for a split second she was gonna chase it with Listerine, but she just was washing her mouth out, so her mouth didn't taste or smell like vodka. But it was funny because she takes a shot. She took like half a drink, like I mean like a cup of vodka. Like poured it into half a cup and just chugged the fucking thing, and I was like, God damn, like that shit's like paint thinner, man. Fuck. Anyway, so and eventually, of course, Michael attacks. Of course he does. You know, what else would he do? So he attacks the kids. They're having this party, and eventually, whatever, Laurie has to face off against her brother, Michael Myers. That's pretty much the movie. I'm gonna say this: the ending of this. Oh my God. Wow, was that a good ending? What a great way to end the franchise at that point. So I'm gonna just get into this. The directing here, I always liked the directing in this movie, and that's because I think it kind of took after Scream, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure, yeah, definitely Scream came first. But yeah, I always liked the lighting in this movie. The one thing I have a problem with actually is that it doesn't feel very much like Halloween. Like for a Halloween movie, they took the Halloween out of it. Like it's like as soon as you leave Haddonfield, there's no Halloween anymore. So yeah, it's kind of shitty that way. But I will say that, man, other than that, oh man, it's a good looking movie, and it gave me goosebumps at times, like really, like it did. Like I was like, ooh, this made the first two movies so much more cool now that I've actually paid the fuck attention to what I'm watching for the first time. It's like I never could before or something. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just gonna say the direction here was awesome. Acting, I thought that the relationship between Josh and Laurie was kind of, I didn't really believe Josh very much, unfortunately. I mean, my favorite character, I think, was the guidance counselor, like, which is weird. Well, other than LL Cool J, he was good. Uh, Laurie was okay. You know, Jeremy Lee Curtis did a good job. She of course delivered. Her acting chops are like 10 times better in this movie than they were in the first two. So that was pretty cool. There's a little Scream cameo, Scream 2, I mean, and whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, yeah, I kind of got off topic there. But yeah, the acting, very good. Like, at least for the most part. I still think Josh Hartnett's a good actor. Or Josh Hartnett? Fuck. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so anyways, the effects, there wasn't really much in here for effects. Like, I mean, there was a really nasty scene where the girl gets her leg half chopped off or something. That was fucking badass. That was like the coolest effect, really. But then you got Michael's masks. Yeah, that's right, plural. And like two of them look okay, but they don't look quite right. They look okay though. They're not bad. But the CGI one, that's right. There's a CGI one. Spot it. It looks so bad. It looks like a Snapchat filter from like 20 years ago, if that even existed. So anyway, the masks were hit and miss. There was some I could see that they used in some scenes far away that I'm happy they didn't continue using. It looked like there was one that made him look kind of fat in the face. So yeah. Anyway, music here is fantastic. The music for this one is probably my favorite music I've heard, because they took the original score but just amplified the shit out of it with like epicness, and you knew they were trying to make something epic. So that was awesome. Then you got sorry. I'm trying to remember all the things I got to talk about. So yeah, I guess really the writing, right? And the writing here was, not the best, but it got the job done. It was a simple movie, and it had simple writing, but it was actually really, really fun. And I don't know how else to put it. Like, the writing was not the best, but it got the job done. And I just want to get down to, like, you know, the brass of it is, or the brass tacks of this review is that I came to realize after watching this that I think this is my favorite Halloween movie, at least so far. This is by far the most. It was the most fun. It was paced the best, and I was kind of like I was actually moved in a sense. And I know it's a B slasher movie, really, and it's not that epic, but they really, really tried to make it epic. So honestly, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. The CGI Hawk or Michael Myers mask was a little too much for me, but well, guys, anyways, that was that. So thank you for watching Rotting Flesh, or reading, or free fuck. Thank you for listening to Rotting Flesh movie reviews, and you can listen to me babble on about Halloween Resurrection next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
That Magic Production.